Mac and Me is one of those movies that contains so many bizarre moments that it's almost an accomplishment on being the movie it is. At first you say it's bad, but everything in the film feels like it's trying to be uplifting, but just falls flat on the ground and stays there. Now, we're going to start off with the trailer. At the beginning, Ronald McDonald introduces us to the film. He mentions how he's excited to be in his first feature-length film. Who would allow that to happen? Well, the film is heavily sponsored by McDonald's, so go figure. The premise revolves around this alien family that lives on Mars. We see a day in the life of what they do. We see a spacecraft collecting Mars rocks by sucking them up. Unfortunately, the aliens get in its way and are sucked and sent to Earth. Once arrived, they escape from the scientists, but this little guy is separated from the bunch and stows away in this car filled with our human family. We meet Eric. Our little alien buddy makes friends with him, but in a rather unusual way. While the family is moving in, he sneaks around and plays games on him. Everyone thinks Eric is seeing things, but he knows what he sees. He's in a wheelchair, not blind. Luckily, the girl next door saw him.
Look at him? Yeah, he's real cute.
Okay, never mind. She must have saw a cat or something because this little creature is anything but cute. He has an ugly shaped head and walks like an idiot. We see our alien help decorate the house with outside furniture. He drills holes in the walls and turns on TVs. Now earlier, he used his power to blow up a hole in the fence. So we know that these aliens are pretty dangerous. This kind of gives the government more incentive to capture them. They could pose a threat. Oh look, Skittles. Another product placement. So now Eric is going to take matters into his own hands. He's going to try to catch him by sucking him up with a vacuum cleaner. So at this point, you have to accept that these aliens are vulnerable to being sucked up. After this hilarious scene, Eric's brother sees our...
What? Mysterious alien creature!
Mysterious alien creature? Okay, that's nice. Because I was going to say Big Mac. Get it? They calm him down by giving him some soda, preferably Coca-Cola. Another product placement.
This must be like what they drink on their own planet.
So you're telling me that this scene where the alien stabs a straw in the ground to get a drink is Coca-Cola? So now that Mac is in their house, the government somehow finds out he's there. They can't keep him at the house, so they disguise him in a teddy bear and head to a birthday party at a McDonald's. This is probably the best McDonald's ever. Everyone is dancing and having a blast. Eric must feel discouraged with everybody dancing right in his face. Remember how Ronald McDonald bragged about being in this film? Well, here he is.
Hiya, Coach. How's it going?
It's going.
Nice teddy bear.
That's it. Only 5 seconds of screen time. If you paid to see this film just for Ronald McDonald, then you were suckered in, and I feel sorry for you. Now the government is onto them and they start chasing them through the streets and run through a Sears. Okay, this is ridiculous. McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Skittles, and Sears all in one movie? Earlier in the film, Matt created clues on where his family is. He communicated with them, so he points in some random direction and they of course find them. They're in a cave dying or already dead. Good thing they brought a cooler of Coca-Cola because that is exactly what is needed to bring them back to life. I'm not even making a joke. That seriously happens. The family's reunited, so now what? Stop by the market to get some more soda. The Macs decide to go in the store on their own, so now who are you going to call?
Security. Get security, quick.
Security? You call the FBI or the government on this, that manager needs to seriously be fired. The Macs don't surrender and the cops open fire and somehow the market blows up and they get caught in it. Sadly, the impact killed Eric. This is supposed to be sad, but I don't feel anything. I feel I should, but I don't. What is that? Looks like the Macs can withstand fire. Are these aliens indestructible? They can blow up stuff and walk through explosions, but they're weak against getting sucked up in a vacuum cleaner? What else can they do? Bring people back to life? Are you kidding? They seriously have the power to play God and rejuvenate Eric? And for doing that, they are rewarded by becoming citizens of this country. What a big fat slap to the face to all us movie watchers. That makes no sense, just bring him back to life. It would have made more sense if they just gave him some soda. I mean, we saw it work on the Max early in the movie, so why not work on humans? I mean, this movie's already pretty ridiculous with aliens getting sucked up in vacuums. I don't see why it wouldn't work. For some reason, it would have made more sense. These aliens are poorly executed. They have no weakness. They are ugly. They barely show any emotion. They have these random powers that feel tacked on. It's just bad. All the characters are terrible and bland. Ronald McDonald should have been featured more in this film. He should have tagged along after the McDonald's scene. The film would at least be slightly more interesting to watch. Well, at least for me. It wouldn't have made any sense at all, but the movie is already a train wreck, so putting Ronald McDonald couldn't have hurt. He could have just mentioned Big Macs again. They already said it 2 times in the film.
It's McDonald's, huh?
Yeah. Why don't you stop by for a Big Mac?
Let's go. You know what I feel like?
A Big Mac?
Man is a genius.
I'm psychic.
I tell you.
Even though the film is awful, there's still some weird charm that draws me to it. Maybe it's just because I'm weird or something, but it's sort of astounding that this film was made like this. Movies with product placement are common today, but back in the 80s, it was a new thing, so maybe the products turned the film into something out of this world. You can't make a movie like this on accident. That is why, to me, it is an achievement. Anybody can make a bad film, but not many people can make a film so bad that it's memorable for many instances. Okay, I can't talk about Mac at Me without featuring the famous wheelchair scene. Quick recap. Paul Rudd for many years has shown this clip every time he is promoting his newest film on Conan. When he sets up his scene in the film, he instead shows the wheelchair scene. He's been doing this for many years, and it never gets old. This scene, I feel, is what draws people to this film. And that scene is only a taste of what they have in store. If I were to ever meet Paul Rudd, I will gladly ask him to sign my Mac and Me DVD. Why? Because no one knows where these actors are today, and because he obviously shares my sense of humor with the wheelchair scene. Because the wheelchair scene is freaking hilarious.